Hi, welcome again. This is Neil from the Hessian Coffee Company. What we're going to be doing today is having a look at the Aeropress. Aeropress looks like this. It was designed in 2005 by the chap that makes the world famous Aerobee Frisbees. Okay, what you get in your box is you get some filter papers. Very important. They act as a barrier between the water, the coffee grinds and the finished beverage. You get a filter cap to hold that all in place, and you get the Aeropress itself. So we'll put it all together. You also get a stirrer and a cup mount. We've got our water ready. I've got my pre-ground coffee. So following the recipe that we like to use, we do 60 grams a litre, 30 grams for half a litre. Because of my water volume here, I've got 14 grams of coffee in here, which we're going to be using. So first of all, as with any of the other gadgets, we need to wet our filter paper. Ideally, this helps to stick it to the filter basket and to keep it in place, but also starts to open up the pores. So I'm going to lock this into the brew basket. Just got myself a little cup, and all I'm going to do is wet the filter paper. Again, it will start to warm up the air pot. It will open up those pores, allow it all ready to be brewed. So I can dispose of that water. Now, there's a couple of ways of making the Aeropress. Some people do it overtly. Some people just do it pressure downwards, but I'm going to flip it upside down and flip it over for you. Okay, so what we've got our bottom chamber, we've got our filter paper with the filter cap in. I've got my 14 grams of coffee. I'm just going to pop into the chamber. As I said at the start, there's a couple of ways of brewing this, so I'm going to do this way and then I'll show you the other way. This is the way the Americans like to do it. This is the way the American inventor did it. So coffee in the bottom, we've got our water, we can fill it up. Again, some people like to allow that little bloom to start off first of all. Okay, up to my top mark. Now I can put my pot on. Just rest it on the top there. Okay, with brewing this way, it starts to drip initially into the cup, whereas in the inverted way, you get everything into the cup, and it's a personal preference kind of thing. So again, it takes about a minute or so to brew through, and within that time, all the flavours will start to come through on the coffee. See, it creates almost a vacuum on the top here, and then it's going to be a gentle push down. If you push down too hard on these, that's where you force water over the coffee fines and it becomes bitter and cloudy, so it's quite an art to get it right. Great bit of fun, really good, great for trying different coffees. The coffee that I'm using at the moment is our Fairtrade Rwandan coffee. It's from the Western area. If you like more information, just click on this and take you through to some other brewing gadgets. This is what we're going to be tasting just now. So my minute's nearly up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plunge gently from the top, creating that vacuum. Again, it should take about 30 seconds, between 20 and 30 seconds to go down. And so I'm gently forcing down a consistent amount of pressure through. The top part of the Aeropress isn't touching any of the coffee. It's just right down into the cup, extracting all those wonderful flavours. And you'll hear in a minute a hiss, which is the air being forced through those last little bits of coffee without the water. Here we go. Okay, and we stop. So now I've got myself a wonderful, fresh, individual cup of coffee for one to drink. Cheers. Perfect. Okay, hi, this is the second way of brewing the Aeropress I mentioned earlier. There's a couple of ways. This is the more kind of common way, I guess, and the way we do it, or I like to do it in the UK. Okay, so we have our chamber, we build the machine up, we build the Aeropress up beforehand, whereas before we would do it a bit at a time. So the bottom goes on the top, if that makes sense. So you're left with, that's how it was going to sit on top of the cup, but we'll leave it upside down. We've got our filter cap with our filter paper. So what we need to do is make sure that we wet the filter paper into this as before. So I've just popped one of the papers into the cap. I'm going to place a little bit of water just on top, give that a bit of a flushing through. So what that's done is it's soaked it, it's opened up the pores, and it means that it's not going to fall out of the cap. Okay, I place my coffee, which I've just ground off 14 grams of our coffee. Place that into the bottom chamber. Give it a little level out. Again, my water I've just brought up to the boil around about 92 degrees to enhance and get the flavours out of it. Just going to pour a little bit on. Okay. Like brewing with the chemic says, it's great to do the little bloom, to give it a few seconds, give it a little stir. So I've just put a little bit of water in. I'm going to make sure that all the coffee is very nicely saturated, allowing all that lovely water to get all over that coffee so we can get the best out of it. So I know that all my coffee's been covered. I'll top the rest of my water up to my level. And I'll give that the time to infuse, give that a little bit of steeping time if you like. So your cup on the top, make sure you've got a cup that actually fits the top of the Aeropress. And then it's a two-handed operation, making sure that it doesn't fall apart. And it's a flip over. And then you can apply the pressure to push the coffee down the way. So you need a consistent push down, should take 20 odd seconds, 25 seconds to come through. Very, very clean. As I said, very easy to clean. Cap screws off. I tend to do it over a bin. Cap just unscrews nicely. That can be tipped into the bin. There goes the filter paper. And then just push out, just to make sure, and then a wash to make sure it's clean for next time out. And we are left with a wonderful cup of coffee.